Hi CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to teach you how to make these really pretty little ornaments. They're pretty easy. I'm going to make it beginner friendly because I'm going to go slow and show you how to do everything. I'm going to put all the materials in the description box below, so you can look at that below if you need anything, and then of course we'll go through them as we go through the video as well. So I do want to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notify me bell below so that you can get notified of my future videos. And sharing helps more than anything, and I appreciate it so much, guys. So if you like my videos and you want to share them to all the different platforms, okay? So let's get started on our tutorial. Okay, so what makes these little octagon shaped things is just circles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make these circles, and you're going to need 8. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need just one more, but you're going to need to make 8. Okay, so this is the first thing I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to take my 4mm hook, and I'm going to start off with this pretty silver color here in the middle. So the first thing that you're going to do is make a magic circle. Then you're going to chain up 2. That chain of 2 is not going to count as a stitch. Then you're going to put 15 double crochets into your magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 15. Okay, so we've got our 15 double crochets, and then we're going to pull tight on our magic circle, and then you're going to slip stitch into your first double crochet, not your chain of 2. So what you can do is count backwards to make sure that you get it correctly, because it looks like you should go in here, but I'm pretty sure you need to go right here. But just to be careful, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I do need to go right into this stitch right here and make a slip stitch, just like that. Then you're going to chain 2. Again, that does not count as a stitch. And you're going to put 2 double crochets in that same stitch that you just slip stitched into. So right there, you're going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then you're going to put 2 double crochets in your next stitch, 2, and 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around for a count of 30. So just keep going all the way around, putting 2 double crochets in each stitch. When we get close to the end, I'll meet you back up again. Okay, so we did our 15 double crochets all the way around. Remember, we're not going to go into this chain of 2. We're going to go into our first double crochet. So if you need to count back 30 to make sure. So you're going to go right into that stitch, make a slip stitch, just like that. And now you can cut off. Leave a piece to work in. Pull through. And now we're going to pull in our white yarn. We're going to pull this white yarn in right where we slip stitched. And then I'm going to work over my little piece here and the piece that's left from the white yarn, pulling it in. Okay. So I'm going to pull this white yarn in just like this with a chain there. And then I'm going to go right back into that same spot, and I'm going to make a single crochet, just like that. And then I'm going to work over these 2 pieces in the back, and then I'm going to put a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And see, I'm working over these 2 little pieces right here. And I'm sorry my nails look so bad, guys. I have been using gel nails for so long that they just need a break. But goodness me, if you wear nails or you get your nails done, it's hard to not have them on your hands because they look so raggedy. But it has to be done for the health of them. Okay, so anyways, we've worked over that. What you can do when you're working over yarn in the back like this, it'll kind of try to bubble up. So just pull on it like that on both pieces. And then when you feel like you've worked over it enough, you can cut it off. And if you're worried about it coming undone, you can knot it and then cut it off, or you can even leave enough to work it in. That's all up to you. I'm just gonna cut it off. I feel like it's done enough here, so I'm just gonna cut that off so that we can keep going around. Okay. Now, when you're doing these single crochets around this little disc here, it will like to kind of fold up on you a little bit. That's okay. It's going to turn out beautiful in the end. Don't worry about it. It should do that, okay? And I'm going to put an extra stitch at the end just to keep from it curling up too much. So technically, when you go around this, you should end with a stitch count of 30 if you go into each stitch, but we're going to add one more, so we'll actually end up with 31. And that's just a little trick with this pattern that helps it not fold up so much. Got our 30 all the way around, and then I'm just going to do one extra stitch right in here at the beginning where we first started, just to kind of help it flatten out a little bit. And then I'm going to go into the first single crochet and I'm going to slip stitch. So technically you have 31 all the way around, and then you're just going to cut off, leave enough to pull in, and then you're going to work in your ends. So what I like to do is just take my hook instead of pulling out a darning needle, but you can if you want. And I'm just going to pull this in. This is going to be on the inside of your work, but I still want to make sure that it's worked in so it doesn't come undone. Just like that. Just working it around that circle there, just like this. And then you can cut off. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one up here. I'm just going to go through with my hook and pull through. Now, since you need to make 8 of these, what I like to do is just do this with each one when I get done with it, so they're already done. But this does work up pretty quick. These little circles are really easy and quick to make up. This is one of those projects that are actually really easy to make, but they look really complicated, kind of like when Bob Ross says, you're going to surprise people with this painting, but it's just so easy. So this is kind of similar to that. The stitches are easy, the work is easy, but once you get it put together, it looks really like, complicated. So that's really cool. Okay, so now we are done with this little circle. And I'm going to show you how to put all of these together. If you notice, this one is a little bit flatter than these, and I don't know why, but if you've been watching me for a while, I tend to crochet a lot more loose on camera. I don't know why. So I think it's just because I'm going slower and my arms are reached around my desk. Okay, so I've got my glue gun worked up, and I do want to tell you, you can make these without a glue gun, and I have done it. You can just sew them together. And you don't have to use one, but I really don't think that they look as good. Using the glue gun causes this to be a little bit more rigid, and so these little diamond patterns really pop out. But when you go to sew everything together, it just, for some reason, it makes it more pliable, but it still is pretty. So if you don't have a glue gun, or you want to use some kind of different glue or fabric glue, you can do that. But honestly, the hot glue gun does work the best, okay? So what we're going to do is, now I'm going to show you how to glue this all together. So you want to keep the good side facing forward, and then you're going to simply go into the middle here and put a dot of hot glue. So right where you think your middle is, you're going to put a little bit of hot glue there. And I like to go a little bit below so it doesn't poke out. and you don't need a lot. And then you're just going to glue right there, just like that. And make sure you have enough. I don't think I put enough. And you want to let it dry as well, okay? So you're going to do all your pieces like this. Okay, so I'm going to do this next one. Put a little bit more hot glue this time. Go right below. And then right there in the middle, and then you're just going to pinch it. And you can fluff out your sides here, but don't wait for it to dry, unlike me, before you do that. And then while these are sitting and drying, just keep gluing all the rest of them. And then when we come back, we're going to glue them here and here, and then we'll go around and pull it together. So I'm going to start with these ones back here that have dried a little bit further, and then I'm just going to start gluing right here on each side. So if you want to be really particular, right here's the middle where you glued. You want to go 3 over, 1, 2, 3, and then over here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to go right over here, 1, 2, 3, put a little glue dot, and then go over here, 1, 2, 3, make a little glue dot. Then I'm going to take this, I'm going to count over here as well, over 3, and put that right there. I'm going to hold it together, and then I'll go on to the next one, and we'll do the same thing. Go over 3, go over 3, try to hit it on the same side over here. And see, on that one I put a little too much glue. Just like this. And then you're going to just keep doing that, putting those glue dots right here all the way around. Okay, so we've made this little octagon type thing here. And now what you're going to do, after you know it's dried really well, you're going to pull it around and you're going to glue it to close it right in the third space, just like we've been doing. Okay, so we'll just go right over, put a little glue dot here, put a little glue dot here. Be careful not to burn yourself. And then just like this. And look how cool, you got this really cool little octagon. So now I'm going to show you how to close this up. Both sides are exactly the same, but one side is I'm going to show you how to make this little flower for the top with our little jute twine coming out. You don't have to use jute twine. You can use whatever you want. You could use ribbon, you could use yarn, and then the other side will just be totally closed up, okay? So I'm going to go right through right here, just like this. I'm going to leave a piece hanging to work in. Then I'm going to go over to this side, to the top of each one of these. I'm just going to go through with my white yarn and my darning needle. Okay. And then you can take this off. And then you're going to pull tight, just like this. And then pull that through again to make a knot, just like that, okay? Then you're going to cut the top off of that, I'm going to make one more knot. Just make sure it doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to put these both into my darning needle and work them back into the inside of this. So just go right like this. And pull it back through. Okay. And it will sometimes lay flat like that as well. So this will stay on the inside, and that's the bottom of that side. And now we're going to pull this side together, but we're not going to pull it all the way together. I'm going to go through just like I did my other one. I'm going to leave a piece hanging, and I'm going to go through the middle of each one of these, just like this. Okay, so we've gone through to the middle of each one of those. We've got our piece here that we started, and I'm just going to kind of halfway shut it. So I'm just going to pull like that. Just like this. And when we have a little hole left at the top about that size, I'm going to go ahead and make a knot. So you don't want to close it all the way, just about like right there. Okay. And you can pull again. And then just like we did before, we're going to take these two pieces and put them back into the middle of our project. I'm just going to tuck these in for the sake of the video. But if you're worried again about anything coming undone, just go right through the bottom of it. But you can also just push them through, just like that. And then what you can do is you can go around and you can straighten these up. If you've got any glue access that you need to cut off or anything, you can do that. But it's just so cool looking. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is make a magic circle. Then you're going to chain 2 more. Then you're going to start making a puff. So you're going to yarn over, go into your circle and pull up a loop. 1, yarn over, go into your circle, pull up a loop. 2, yarn over, go into your circle, pull up a loop. 3. Then you're going to go through all those stitches, and then you're going to chain 3 and go back into the loop and make a slip stitch. And then you're going to repeat that again. Chain 3. Then you're going to yarn over, go into your circle, pull up 1. Yarn over, go into your circle, pull up 2. Yarn over, go into your circle, pull up 3. Go through all of your loops, chain 3, and go back into the circle and do a slip stitch. And again, chain 3. Yarn over, go into the circle, pull up 1, 2, and 3. Go through all loops, chain 3, go back into the circle, do a slip stitch, and repeat again. Chain 3, yarn over, go into the circle 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Go through all of your loops, chain 3, and then go back into the circle for a slip stitch. And you only need 4, so that's your last one. And then you're going to pull tight on the middle of your magic circle, just like that, and it pulls it tight in. And then you can cut off, just like that. And you've got your little flower star kind of thingy to go on the top here, just like that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of our jute twine. We're going to pull it through the middle of your flower. So just pull it through just like this. I'm going to use my hook here to do that. And you're going to leave as much as you want on the outside for your ornament. And then you're going to knot the bottom a couple of times so that it will not come through the base of your flower. Okay, so I'm going to check that. That's holding pretty good, but I'm going to do it even one more time. Just like that. It's definitely not going to come through. And then I'm just going to take both of these ends and work them over just a little bit over this way so that they can fit in without trying to poke out of the top. So I'm just going to like go over here with my hook and pull this yarn over so it can hang more towards that way. And then you're going to take all of this and stuff it right into the middle of your work. Just like so. And then it'll lay flat right on the top. And the way I'm going to get that to stay is with a hot glue gun. So I'm going to go all the way around here with my hot glue gun. And then you can take your hook and just press that back in. I'm going to make sure it stays. And then you can glue it right to the top just like that. And then you're all done. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm telling you, they work up so quick, really do. So you can make a ton of these, you can give them as gifts. They're just beautiful. And when they spin, I'm using this little glitter yarn. It's actually just a mainstays yarn. And it really will catch the light to the glitter, okay? But you can use regular colors as well, reds and greens. I just wanted to use different colors for this one. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or you need any help, don't hesitate. You can obviously ask below in the YouTube comment section, but if you're not comfortable with that, I have a Gmail. You can get me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Also go visit all those places because I have great content on there as well. And I'll see you again soon, guys. Happy holidays. God bless. Bye-bye.